Hello everybody, welcome back to Ray's World. If you are new to the channel, thank you so much for stopping in and subscribing. I really appreciate every single one of you. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for sticking around and coming back for another video adventure. In today's episode, we have a box of pennies. I want to go through a box of pennies today. It's a really cool box. Come here, let me show you what I'm talking about. Check this out. Not only is it a customer roll box with only 2 rolls coming from the Fed, let me tell you, my tellers are awesome. They put this box together for me because they knew I love customer rolls. Check these 2 rolls out. Now, these girls saved these for me. My tellers saved these for me. These are plastic rolls. Oops, I just broke it. I've never seen these types of rolls before. They open up. I'm totally going to save them. I mean, I won't save the pennies. Well, there's a Canadian right there. Look at that. We're hunting Canadians already, and my other phone is blowing up. Sorry about that. 1991 Canadian. Somebody's plowing my driveway. Somebody keeps plowing my driveway for me. Every time it snows, somebody comes along and they plow my driveway. Anyway, check this out. There were 2 of them. They're these plastic rolls, and they are absolutely cool. I love it. I've never seen rolls like this. This would make rolling pennies so easily because, you know, 50 pennies fit right in there. Let's check them out. Let's see what's inside. Holy phone blowing up. All right, so we know we have that Canadian. Which one did that come out of? Came out of this one right here. Let's take a look and see what else is in there. Yeah, well, they're not so easy to get the pennies out of there. I think I had a dream. Oh, look, there's a wheat penny right there. I think I had a dream last night that I got like into these pennies and there were rolls and rolls of wheat pennies. It's a 1941 wheat penny. So we're on the board. Let's just take a quick look through this one. I don't see anything else. There's a really nice 1965. Let's get my canvas bag going so I can get all of my reject coins that are going back. I got to get these back today because I got to pick up more. So I'm a little bit behind the gun trying to get through my box of pennies this week. That's so cool. If anybody's seen these before, let me know. I've never seen these before. I would take more of those. Those are just awesome to have. All right, let's see. Anything else in here? If you're new and you haven't seen me do penny hunts before, I'm looking for wheat pennies, anything older than 1959, so 1958 and older. Anything else that's cool, anything that's stamped. Every now and then we find a penny that's been stamped by someone. We find Indian head pennies on occasion. I only have a few of those somewhere in a bag over here. This one's taped. It's like it broke. I like these too because there's not a lot of waste because I'm going to keep them. There's a 59 almost. Nothing in there. Let's check this other one. And then what we will do is we'll just start going, and if I find anything cool, I'll let you know. Of course, I will show you everything at the end of the video. A couple of people have asked if I'm doing another 2021 giveaway like I did in 2020. I have not decided yet. I have not decided. Some people suggested that we guess the number of wheat pennies. I was thinking maybe wheat pennies or Canadians. Either one of those, like Canadian pennies that I find. I find quite a few Canadian pennies in my travels. I don't know. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you want me to do another year-long giveaway. I think that would be really cool. Thank you all to all my new subscribers. Came over from Klesh Guitars. Really appreciate all of you. Thank you so much again, Shane, for that wonderful shout out. All right, enough rambling. Let's get into the hunt and let's do a time lapse. How about that? always nice to find a dime. Very cool. It's kind of cruddy, but yeah, a dime. That's great. It helps us offset what we're keeping out of here so I can get all my money back when I take these to the casino and go pick up another set. So very cool. A couple of other Canadians that we found. One, Young Head. It's a 1961. Young Heads are Canadian pennies that are 1964 or older, back to, I think it's 1953. I'm sure one of my Canadian friends will correct me if I got it wrong. Prior to 1953, then we get into King George VI. Before that, we get King George V, etc., etc. But yeah, still, one of my favorite pennies right there is the Young Head, Queen Elizabeth when she was very young. And these right here, these are a rock dove. So we call these bird cents. I call them bird cents. They're 1967 Canadian. And so it's a commemorative, but it's got a rock dove on it. Very cool. First time I ever found one of those, I thought it might have been a Canadian goose. Back to the hunt, back to the hunt. No other wheat pennies, just that 1941 so far. And not quite halfway through the box. I love when the pennies come out of the roll nice and pretty. Oh, almost. There, close enough. And again, this is what I love about customer rolls. You find the dimes, and that kind of helps put you ahead. It's a 2001. The other one was a 1975. I'd love to find a silver dime in roll of pennies. That would be awesome. But yeah, you find all these wonderful dimes because people overlook dimes with pennies. It's especially when they're tarnished like that. People overlook them all the time, and they get rolled up all the time. Throwing away 9 cents. Actually, they're not really throwing it away. They're giving it to me. Somebody gave me 18 cents right there. Thanks, whoever it was. It may not seem like a lot, but it helps offset. Like I said, it helps offset the cost of keeping all of these, as well as my nickels. I did a nickel hunt the other day and went through that box. Oh, we got a King George. Here we go. Very cool. Look at that. We got a King George. It's King George VI. And it's a 1947 King George VI. Very, very cool. So yeah, not only do you find awesome Canadian coins like that, you find dimes, and it helps offset the cost so I don't have to spend money. It's not a lot, but you know, I don't have to replace what I keep. And that's kind of a nice little bonus. I keep dropping pennies. There's like 3 or 4 pennies on the floor. All right, this is our last roll, and of course we'll go through everything. It feels a little weird, like the pennies got turned sideways. Let's see what's going on inside this thing. There's a Canadian. Yeah, it looks like they just got turned sideways. It was a little weird in that roll. I wonder if there's even 50 here. It looks pretty close. It doesn't look like they're really shorted. 1993 Canadian. Let's just double check real quick. I don't see anything else. No, nothing else in that roll. Oh, shoot. Oh my gosh, Ray. Let me show you what I did. This is my bin that I put all my wrappers in, and I just threw that whole handful of pennies in there, which means I got to empty like 3 weeks worth of wrappers out. To get all of those pennies. I will take care of this later. Jeez. Figures. All right, well, I wanted to bring over a couple of jars just so that you guys can see what we've got. Here's our 2 dimes. So we got 2 dimes. I'm just going to put those back in my bag to return. We got 3 Canadians here that I've separated out because they're zinc or steel. It's a 2008, 2003, and a 1998. So 1997 and newer are zinc or steel. And I think one of these, the 2003, is steel. Yep. Oh, look, that 2008 is steel also. Not the 1998. But the zinc and steel Canadians I keep separately. I've got this little trash can. That's where I put all my zinc and steel Canadians. My copper Canadians, let's see what we got. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 17. 17 copper Canadians. So these are all 1965. Oops, I got a young head in there. 16. These are all 1965 and newer through 1996. And I've got this old pickle jar that I keep them in there. Now, with the exception of the 1967s, because that's a bird scent, and this little jar right here, these are all my bird scents. So I toss those in there. I ended up with 3 young heads, a 1961, a 1964. 1964 was the last year that they were a young head. They went to a new design in 1965. And then a 1953, which is first year of issue. And so that is this jar. This is also a pickle jar. And so all of these are young heads. Every single one of these are 1953 to 1964. Very, very cool. And then here's my King George. This was a 1947 that I got. Very, very cool. So I'll put that in that jar. And then last but not least, we got some wheat pennies. We only got 4 wheat pennies this time. The 1947, 1941, a 1955 Denver, and then a 1939. Oldest wheat penny that we got. Here's my jar of wheat pennies. Boom. I don't remember. I think this was mixed nuts. Nope. M&M's. Maybe it was trail mix that was in this. I don't remember. But that's what I do with all of my pennies. When I get them, I do have a jar for, or I have a tube for King George V. These are King George VI. When I get a King George V, I have a jar for those. Well, that is it, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this penny hunt. I know I had a great time, and I loved getting these. These actually are, in my opinion, better finds than the pennies that I found, because these are absolutely awesome. Plastic wrappers for pennies. Very, very cool. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you guys so much for sticking around with me. Take care, everyone. I will see you real soon. Bye.